The Chicago Bears can compete for a Super Bowl as early as next year. Yes, I know this sounds ridiculous. Yes, I know I sound like the average Bears fan that's just like, all right, we fired Getsy, we get fucking Jim Harbaugh, and then we're set. Super Bowl's ours, baby. I understand it's not that simple. I understand there's a lot more that goes into this. But what I do know is that this year's number one overall pick is worth more than last year's number one overall pick. Caleb Williams, arguably Drake May too, would have been drafted over Bryce Young and CJ Stroud. So I'm on Madden right now. In March of 2023, the Bears got DJ Moore from the Panthers for that number one overall pick, which Bryce Young, CJ Stroud. So they gave away the first overall pick. They got back a swap with the Panthers, so they're the Panthers' 9th overall pick last year. They got a second round pick that same draft. They got a first this current year 2024 draft, and they got a 2025 second, and DJ Moore, obviously. So if that's what you could get for 2023 Bryce Young and CJ Stroud prospect, imagine what you could get for Caleb Williams, who is already deemed as generational, can't miss. Like, this dude's legit. There's some character issues with him, whatever, XYZ. I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about how the Bears can compete for a Super Bowl as early as next year. And I'm going to compare them to the San Francisco 49ers. I know. This video is off the wall. Just click off of it if that triggers you. Here we go. Here's what I'm going to talk about. The Bears are obviously not a complete team. I know I'm on Madden, so ratings are kind of whatever. I mean, we got Nate Davis here at center. That's obviously just not it. Thank you, Madden. Cody Whitehair is being shipped to Shanghai. He is no longer going to be a Chicago Bear. Dan Feeney, Bear for life. Look at that thing. How could you not like it? The GOAT, Mercedes Lewis. All right. I know these ratings are kind of wonky, right? I know the depth chart looks a little weird. I was messing with it. I definitely do not want to look at Velus Jones' profile. Thank you. He's also being shipped to Shanghai. So here's the Bears team. I did the jump now thing in Madden. So this is week 10, whatever, quote unquote. You got Justin Fields, DJ Moore, Khalil Herbert. This is the team. On the defensive side of the ball, you got Montez Sweat that came in. You got these two big-time linebackers, hell of a year. You got aging, big contract, last year of his contract, 2024-5. Eddie Jackson. You got Jaquan Brisker, who had a good year. Tyreek Stevenson, who started off slow and then picked it up at the back half of the year. Maybe has something to do with this guy coming in. You got Jalen Johnson CB1 for a reason. This dude is legit. We're looking at this team right now. I don't like what I see. Unique Akwe was hurt. He's obviously gone. I don't like what I see. I don't see how Caleb Williams coming in just all of a sudden turns this team into something better than what keeping Justin Fields and getting a haul could be. The Bears can trade the number one overall pick for a big-time player, someone like Jonathan Allen, like Dexter Lawrence. Like, we're talking about a legit player if they could get DJ Moore last year. And you're getting 2 first-round picks. If you don't get a player, now you get 3 or something ridiculous. I mean, you are still setting yourself up to be such a good team. And I said I'm going to compare them to the 49ers because the 49ers won and are winning with a guy that was the last pick of a draft. The absolute last pick. Mr. Irrelevant. I know everyone knows Brock Purdy. Mr. Irrelevant. And the reason that Brock Purdy could be successful, aside from being a good player, I mean, that guy he looks calm in the pocket. I mean, he steps up, he throws with the anticipation. He's got big-time players around him, and that's not to discredit Brock Purdy, but it's just to say that if you have someone as athletically gifted and as athletically gifted as Justin Fields as your quarterback, what makes you think that getting another top receiver in the draft, someone like, I don't know, Marvin Harrison Jr., I know is talked about a lot. Even if you don't get him, Adunze, you got Malik Neighbors, you even got someone like Keon Coleman from Florida State. You have big-time wide receiver options in the draft that are all really hyped up prospects. If you get another receiver, Darnell Mooney's probably not going to be here. I'll move him out of here. Darnell Mooney is probably not going to be here. You got Tyler Scott, who I think he's all right. I know a lot of Bears fans are pretty hard on him for missing or dropping a couple balls, and I completely understand because he had a lot of drops this year, notable drops. But it doesn't mean that he's not going to be a good player and can't develop a little bit more, you know? So you got DJ Moore. You can get a top wide receiver prospect in any of these guys that I just listed. And plus, you're talking about getting a legit defensive player in the trade. Or you're getting a lot of first-round picks, and you're turning some of these first-round picks into a receiver and another pass rusher like Jared Verse or Dallas Turner or someone like that. You just successfully got the player that you got for trading out of the spot, the other team's pick that they gave you included in that player. So that's 2. You have your own pick, 3. And you're getting, I'm sure, second-round picks are going to be thrown in there, next year's first. The number I'll pick is worth so much, especially in a draft like this when you have big-time quarterbacks coming in. It is the perfect storm to fill out a team and make it impossible for whoever is under center, Justin Fields or otherwise, to not be successful. It is, if you fill out with this other receiver spot, this other receiver hole, this defensive line mid, if you're filling out these things, you're getting some corner depth. You're developing some of these young guys. It just is a perfect storm for the Bears to give the Chicago Bears quarterback the best situation possible to succeed. The reason the 49ers are so good is because they are a complete team. But what I'm saying is, if you have someone as athletically gifted as Justin Fields, 4.4 speed, 6'3", 230 right here, 24 years old, young guy, big time arm. He can make plays, he can scramble, he can throw on the run, he can look downfield while he's scrambling. What about that makes you think that filling out this team is the wrong move and taking Caleb Williams is the right one? I think it's fair to say that he has a lot more upside than Brock Purdy, and that's not to take away from Brock Purdy, but Justin Fields can do things that maybe one other quarterback in the league can do in Lamar Jackson. And filling out this team is the easiest and quickest way to actually have the Bears be a good team and not be some random laughing stock that keeps cycling through coaches, cycling through quarterbacks, and can never find success. And I really do think that Ryan Poles is going to pull off a great trade. I'm calling it now. Here's my shot. Babe Ruth pointing to right field. Calling my shot. The Bears are trading out of the number 1 overall pick, getting a big-time player, a pick swap, and they're going to fill out this team, and the Bears are going to be a dangerous team next year. But other than that, I appreciate you guys watching. I know this isn't like the best video quality, and we're just staring at a screen and listening to me talk while looking at some of these Bears players. I'm also recording on my PS5. I know the audio doesn't sound great. I'm literally using my headset. But I just got tired of hearing and watching like Bears media talk about what to do with the first overall pick. And I think no one talks about what you can actually turn this team into. And it's easy to go on Madden and kind of look at everyone. I know the overalls aren't perfect, but you can kind of see what this Bears team like looks like. And you can kind of start to imagine a scenario where this just gets instantly flipped into better with a big time second edge rusher. You have things that show that the future is bright in Chicago, and this is our stairway to heaven. This is our stairway, what Bears fans have been waiting for. And I think it'd be very unwise to draft Caleb Williams. But yeah, man, that's my take. I appreciate you guys watching. Again, I know this isn't the best quality and stuff like that, but let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I appreciate you guys watching again, and that'll be it. All right, see you guys.